Hi, Saseni, and welcome back to Beth Mudhoni channel. I hope you have been doing well. I am good. I'm fantastic. I'm telling you. Hey. You know, right now I have warmth. Why? Because I have been chased outside by my family. They have told me, go out and do your things alone. We don't want to hear your voice. I'm sorry for those who cannot entertain my voice. I'm sorry for you. I told you something that makes me happy. Feel that I am me. I will always do it. I will do it. It doesn't matter who will be happy of it. I told you, Raif, you have to take these things. They must be there. There must be an enemy. There must be a friend. There must be people who love to encourage you do things. There are those people who tell you that this is not your thing. And they know, of course, this is what you can do to go ahead. But they end up saying, it's not that dress. You know, oh, Betty, that dress, it don't fit you. Imagine it removing the whole of your body. What is your problem, my dear? Let me wear it. And there are other people who are you can count on them. They can tell you, you know what? Oh, Betty, I told you German people are like this. When something fits you, they will tell you, wow, you look beautiful today. And they mean it. And this German person will come and tell you, you look, oh, God. It is my advice. This clothes, don't wear it again. And when this person tells you this, it is truth. It is the whole truth. And that's why I'm saying these all people, they have to fit there. They have to be there. You have to be there. My enemy, I love you for this. My friends, I love you for being my friend. And I love you for being there. That's how we support each other. I wish I could have that possibility to help somebody in her own need or how I can. Then I would go for this, because there is nothing that makes me happy than when I feel that I am doing something that will profit another person or will profit me too, or anything of the kind. So my people, I'm here. Hey, KINANGOP girl. Do I look like one? You people who are calling me KINANGOP girl, I love this name. Those are my roots, my dear. It's like a German person calling me, they call us Schwarze, or they call us nigger sometimes. And when they call me a black person, who does this bother me? I am black. And what is wrong? I cannot do like Michael Jackson. I even don't have this money to do these all things. So let me remain my black person. And I love to be this. I love to be the person I am. I love whom I am, and I love what I do. So it doesn't matter what I do. What matters? How do I feel doing this? I don't want to harm somebody. That is one important thing. I want to be there just because I am needed, not just being there. So, KINANGOP girl, we go to the video. People are waiting for this. Why? Ask me other things. This one is a kind of, I'm taking it serious because I know that there are people who might go through this, yeah? And who might see something and say, this is what Beth said. Yeah, you know, there are things that I would have liked to hear before I came here in Germany, and this is part of it. How do people deal with this? You know, when you come here, you just feel like everything is new. Everything is beautiful. Like when you come in summer, you think you ask yourself, people say that there is another world, yeah, the heaven. And this one is not heaven. You know, when you come from that place, like me, KINANGOP girl, come from somewhere we are wearing gun boots almost the whole time, and then come somewhere here. Your shoe, I'm telling you, I think I have a shoe which is like new that I bought when I was au pair. in 2009. And it is still new. And if I want to wear it, I can wear it. Why? Because here is everywhere cemented. And another thing, we don't walk far. Every 500 meter, there is a bus. Even 300 meter, there is a train. Everywhere there is a mean of communication. That means you're not using your shoe to walk like at home, where we will run with this water from in the morning. Yeah? And that's how Germany is. And let's go to this KINANGOP girl. Now, where did we left? So, now let me start from here. When I entered the airplane, that's where I saw changes. You know which changes? Somebody could address me with Miss, Madam, me, KINANGOP girl. Hey, I could look at myself. Do I look one? Okay. And I swallow it. And then when I entered the airplane inside, we started being served, you know? You brought some papers to serve it, to clean your hands, you know? You brought some things, you know, this all stuff. And me, KINANGOP girl, you know what I did? I'm telling you the truth. You know what I did? Some things I didn't know. Like the serviette, you know, they pack them in a small thing that you think this is salt. But salt, you will feel, because you are bought also salt, you feel, okay, here is salt. What is this thing? And when I opened, it was kind of a serviette which was wet. And me, KINANGOP girl, I didn't know for what. What should I do with this? So I opened it and removed it and put there. Oh, God. And then another thing, before I got what I got, the lady came to me, the waitress, or what are they called in the airplane? She asked me, Madam, what do you like? What can I serve you as kind of a drink? So, me, KINANGOP girl, say what? What did I say? I didn't say chai. Chai, those people were thinking I said tea. No, I said water. I said water. And this lady had some soft drinks. She had orange juice, mango juice. She also had a whiskey. She had also this wine and everything. She had, you know how they usually move with this small, I don't know what it's called in English, wagon. So she moved with this little thing and everything was put there. And even there was coffee. Coffee! Do I know where this coffee? I know it being removed there in Nyeri or where they remove it. But I've never taken coffee. And coffee comes from my own rad. Imagine. This irritates me. This irritates me so much because my host family asked me, do you want coffee? I said, no, I don't drink coffee. We usually take tea. Yeah, but coffee comes from your own dad. I said, I don't know. I know only to see the how they look like when they are green, but I don't know. I really didn't know what coffee looks. So when the lady came, she gave me water, and I was left, and later they came with food. That's where the story of this paper came from. And there they asked me, would you like pasta or would you like? They asked rice, and I said pasta. Hey, do I know what is pasta? I'm telling you the truth. So when it came, I know pasta, it's kind of a noodle, but I thought, you know, this big spaghetti. That's what I thought. So the pasta that I was brought, they are also part of noodle, but they are this size. And they were pasta with tomato sauce or something. Oh, KINANGOP girl. tried too. And I was done. I'm telling you. And you know, there is another thing they call appetizer. There was also appetizer. But my God, I've never eaten something of the sort. But I tasted everything. And that's how I am. I don't care where I am. I can stay. If you want to go with me, I usually taste everything. The only thing that I have, it have never gone in me is something like to drink. I'm not like that kind of a girl who can drink. But I tasted. I'm telling you the truth. And I tasted, but this was not mine. Yeah, I wonder what people get in beer because they have another smell that I cannot, I cannot cope with. So, me KINANGOP girl, the pasta I tried, no. And that lady came and they usually ask, was the meal good or not good? I could say nothing. I said it was okay. And at that time, I didn't want to talk much because what could I talk? I just wanted you go, or you take your things and go away. And that's where now I came. As I told you, those people who didn't watch part 1, go with it. Now I am in the family. I got welcomed. I have my own room. And I knew our room, we could share. Okay, we were girls. But like everybody had her own bed. But we were to share. Like in my room, we had 2 beds. So I could sleep here, the other one could sleep the other side. And you know which bed we have, the small one. Yeah, the small bed. So at here, I have my own room, a beautiful room. The host mother had done it the best she could. I love this woman. She did it everything, and every time she could come in my room, ask me, is everything okay? Do you need something? And I just wanted to integrate very quickly. So another thing, when you don't know about people, about somebody, it's also a positive thing. And so I could force everything to be. I mean, when I came to the family, I couldn't stay in my room. And this is what many girls, even in Kenya, many maids, they usually like to be apart. I would tell you, as long as this person is not showing you you're not welcomed here, try to integrate with the family. You are part of them. I'm telling you, this family could talk about everything. They could talk about everything, like almost everything. Of course, there are private things, or when they are talking about me, I couldn't hear. But most of the time, they could talk about their families. There. They could talk about their plans. I was there. They could also ask me of something when it comes to how we will do with the kids. So it's part of us, and it is good to interact with them, to just pretend. If you feel okay, they are comfortable. And there was time I would love to be alone. I'm telling you. Jumping with the kid the whole time. I love kids. But I didn't want every minute the kid is there. Every minute I cannot even, you know, of course you have homesick. And there is time you just want to be alone. And I could tell my baby boy, you know what, I don't want, I close my door, I don't want. And he could tell me, no, you are not, you are my sister. He could tell me, no, but you are my sister. I tell him, yes, you are my brother, but I need my peace. And he could go downstairs and he say, Mama, she don't want to be with me. And the host family, they were very nice. They could tell me they could tell the baby, you know what, Betty need a little peace of mind. You know she will come. Let us wait. You know, when she don't, she says she won't pray with you. Then it's a bad thing. Let us wait for her. And they could agree. And so, let's go. Hey, 5 days after. 5 days, as I told you, I was not eating. The food was, I needed my potatoes. The potatoes when I tasted them, they could ask, what do you eat at home? What is the best thing that you eat at home? Or you like most? And I told them we eat mostly potatoes. We also eat ugali. And so the host family ended up taking me to an Afro shop. And at this time, I'm telling you, my dear, I came with a weave. People who are coming with weave and you are not used. Yeah, and it is in summer. Weave. It was my first time and my last time. I've never weared weave, and the weave cannot enter in my cough, in my head. No. So I came, and after 5 days, I could tell my host mother, I cannot be able, I want it out. And you know what? They don't know how to remove it. And me, being my first time with weave, I didn't know how can I remove it on my own. So I told them, I want to eat out. And the host family the mother was telling me, we have to look time. She took a free day for this. And we went to an Afro shop. And she told me, you know what? I have Googled an Afro shop. And this place, you can also get your food. So I went to the Afro shop. Hey, you know the hair weave. Hey. Weave they charged for 300 euros to remove me the weave and to do a blow dry. And I thought, oh God, I just pitied my host family because she said nothing. She said, yes, we are going to do it. She paid the 300. And she told me, Beth, you are here, take whatever you want with you. Because when you go out of here, you would eat. So, and that's where I got the white cake. So I bought my ugali, I maize meal, I got my another thing I bought is cassava. And cassava, I don't eat them, but that lady could tell me, carry this, and my host family was so, they could just hear everything. Take, please take, go and try, I want you to try it. So they could just, they wanted me to get helped. And so I took cassava, I also took some okra, that one I knew from home. I also took some meat, which were not my meat. You know, they are called, what are they called? Not goat. The other one, what is it called? Not goat. Sige, help me. It's this one with it. So this, they were smelling. So I was happy. I got my ugali, my white meal. And then I went home and I cooked ugali. You know how I felt? Yeah? I felt like I didn't cook ugali with, I bought cabbage, of course. But the cabbage was also tasting another thing. Not that it is bad. When you get used, you feel it's the same cabbage that you know. But at this time, there are other cabbage which were hard. And you know the host family, they are used to this big cabbage which is hard. And there is this other cabbage which is coffin, this small one. This one could fit to my ugali, but I got the other one. But I was happy that at the first time I have eaten. And so this is where the kid ran to eat with me. So my host family could cook. When she cooked, I tried. Every time she cooked, I could try. Every time she cooked, I could try. And I came to get used to this food. But I couldn't eat much. Me and Rukas, he was called Rukas, we could decide today is ugali. And we eat the white cake. We could take meat from now I got the beef meat. So he liked it. And every time it could me with Rukas. I was told, you know, they came when I get married, they could come to me and Lucas would like, and at that time when I came, he was only 1 year old. So he could come to my family, we could stay there, we could sleep there. Yeah, and we are still like a family. It's only that job don't let us to meet like before, but we are part of, I am part of their family. They could just not believe that I could go out. And now, after the 5 days, I got now the meal, and now it's time for me. I told you I had a grandfather. The grandfather could speak with me English, and I could tell him, use the German language. And he could say, I don't want you to struggle. No, I'm an old woman and I want you to have your peace. So he told me, you know what, Betty? I need strawberries. Ha! And strawberries in summer, they are being, you can see cars selling them. They put some mobile cars, which they can remove anytime. So that's where he sent me. He gave me 10 euros to go and buy 2 packet of strawberries, and each was €3.50 at that time. I can remember well. Now I don't know how to. The German that we got back at home, hey, I was understanding nothing. I'm telling you, I could hear the host family talking very quickly. I understood nothing. I could just, when I make my own sentence, I could do it. I could tell, get Tara, to name the things on their own. I say the cup, the plate, like that. But to make a sentence, it was so hard. And when you come here, you get confused. You don't know what you knew. So he told me, you know, I just said, you think I won't go? Hey, I'm going. So I took the money and went. On my way. I could just think, what should I say? So I could start, okay, they are called Erdbeere in German. Okay, Erdbeere. But what? What should I say? You know what? I said these strawberries. I'm going with them. Hey, and that time my host mother was in the garden. I was at home, we just relaxing. And the Opa was there. We call them Opa. He was there, and he just came and prayed for this. He said, if you cannot be able, I'll go. I went. You know what? My heart was beating. But I said, I don't care. I don't know. I will talk with Rex and everything. So when I went, before I got there, I had some words that I knew this is what I will say. And you know what? When I saw this woman, the German woman who was selling, all the words went away. All the words went away. You know what I did? I went and I pointed this, this, and I want this and two. Hey, that's why I don't want you to come here without German. Imagine, I said, yeah, I can now not speak. I am, and sometimes I wish I could say I am deaf and I cannot speak. So I need this and I need to. So I know calculation. Mathematics is the same way. So €3.50 plus €3.50 is the same, like you can count Kenya shilling. So it's 7. I need €3. So I could make sure I got my €3. So, and I went courageous back at home. And on my way, you know whom I met with? My host mother coming. Oh, Beth, are you okay? Are you okay? Okay, I'm sorry for my father. You know, I'm sorry. And I said, for what? For sending me. You know, she could say, I'm sorry that the host, the Opa sent me to go for this. And I told you, come on, I'm learning new things. Even I told her, come on, I'm learning new things. I love this. I want to be with the grandpa. I don't want to be with me, with you. You are taking me like a neck. And she could laugh. She could laugh. She started from the first time calling me a blood coup. Blood coup is a stupid cow. She started from that time because I'm that person who like to clean. I like to have my house clean. I want to have things clean. And so this host mother, she told me we could clean together. She say, I'm going in the bathroom and you are somewhere. We could share, we could exchange. And so I go in the bathroom and I could get, it was like, I don't know what she did the whole time and how she took a lot of time. So I could go and repeat. And I could repeat when I'm not talking to her. So she could bring me a toothbrush and tell me, Beth, you know what? You know you don't have time. You have nothing. It seems that you don't have anything to do. You know what? Go on in the bedroom and clean with this. So we could joke and she could tell me, clean with the toothbrush. Because everything, and I imagine she could fear to clean with me. She could clean when I'm not there. And most of the cases, I liked her to go and wipe the dust. Because that one she could be able, even right now I should tell her, are you dust cleaning? Because that's what she could. But she could cook. And that's what I loved in her. I would say, I better clean than to cook. So she could cook. She was in Switzerland in a hotel. So she knew, okay, how to deal with other people. That was an advantage to me. And at that time, when we came back and the host family came and said sorry and many things, we came to normal. You know, the way you go on, the more you run each other. I have to go they would tell me, Betty, go out, go and socialize. And you know what? I'm not that kind of a girl. Even right now, I'm not that kind of a girl who can say, I'm going to parties, I'm going to, I don't know, emotional, I don't know. I love to be with my family. I'm doing something with my family. And of course, I have a big family. I have my sister here. When I have my sister, it's like I have the whole family. You know, our men usually say, when they hear we call each other, and you see somebody doing the seat like this, they know this one can stay for some time. They know, oh my God, what is this? And there was a time we were saying, we want to search a big house to stay together. And so our men are saying, oh, even right now, it have been something that we discuss oft. And it is because we have not got the right thing. I think we will do this. And I hope they would listen to this. We usually say with my sister, we have to force things. You know, you feel, why not? We see each other like 4, 5, 3 times in a week. We need each other. We cannot do without each other. That's what Monica told you in our Kikuyu channel, that she had to come back. We cannot do without we can do without each other. But we have to be together. We work together. Even people at work usually ask, every time you see your sister, me, that is, you know, German people are not like that. They say me, but I feel I feel like I'm sick when my sister don't take my call in a day. We call oft, but when she don't pick, I feel irritated, and she should know this. she also, but I don't know. So, and German people, hey, to come, you're going to buy a ticket. You know, here, you buy, this is another story. When I started my school, my German school, hey, I want to buy, my host mother took me with her. She took me and showed me how I buy a ticket. It was easy. I bought even the next day. I stayed a week without going to school. So the next time I went, I couldn't buy. Hey, you know, here, You know, here, nobody asks you if you enter in the train without your ticket. We don't have the ticket as money. We buy like the way I saw in Kenya, they buy for matatu, you have a paper. You are something, a receipt that you will show. So that's how it was. And I tried to buy the ticket. Could I be able? Hey! And my school, I will go. And I said, you know what I said? The whole time I've been going, nobody have ever charged me. Checked if I had. But my host mother told me, if you come this house, being controlled, and you didn't have a ticket, you are going to know me. And now, I went in the train. I said, nobody usually check, because it was every evening. So I went without the ticket. I went very well. Coming back, hey, I got caught. So they wrote to me a paper, and when I came back home, my host father was sitting on a computer, and I went, of course, I knew I had done a mistake, so I said, she told me, Aleskra, is everything good? How was it? You know, they asked, how was it? Yeah, and I said it was nice, but I did a mistake. Which mistake? I went with there was one. I can remember him doing the table like this. he said verdammt. You know why? Because the ticket was costing €2.50 at that time, and if I got caught without the ticket, I paid €65. So he was kind of, huh? €2 will make us pay 65. And of course, so he said like this. He did like this. He just, you saw that somebody was angry about it. And then he said, you will pay. I said, I will pay. Even I didn't wait him to say something else. I said, I will pay. But I need to know what I should do. And my host mother, always when I came back, there was a dog there. He could bark and she could know that I'm back. And she came and she found us doing the same, talking about the same. And she said, leave it. Leave the girl. I'm paying for the ticket. I don't care what happened. I'll pay. This girl, this woman, she's the best. She remained my mother. Even I usually call her mama. Yeah, she was 30 when I came to her, and I was 22. And so it's like she was my big sister, and I could feel this is my mother. She could understand me in every nonsense. She was there for me. And she could appreciate what I do for them. And so the next Monday we went with her and we wanted to pay for the ticket. And you know God is good. When we went there, we were told, you know what? This can happen. This girl is new. And the host mother stood the man there. He said, you know, I showed her. And she did it 2-3 times. But why she's not able to do, I can't tell. I said, I tried. I was not able. And this man said, you know what? You won't pay for it right now. But make sure you don't come back here again. He said, I will write on your ticket. And I know he was just kind of telling me you should not repeat this. So I went and I didn't pay anything. Now let us go to another thing. Hey, you want to stay here? Hey, you are a pair, KINANGOP girl. Hey, you know I didn't think of staying here. I thought, you know what I will do? I'll keep my money. And I go for a nursing training in Kenya. In Kenya, we wanted to do the training college. And I remember that time my mother had a friend who said she can help me, but I have to have 250,000 Kenyan money. You know how much was that? You have finished your secondary school. Yeah? You are there, you don't know what to do. You are two, we finished two, my sister and I. So my mother could wonder, okay, I have taken one, what is about the other one? And so we decided, I decided that what I'll do, I'll keep my money. And my host mother searched me another part job. I could go to clean to a friend of hers. And I also got a neighbor whom I could clean for. And these are the good things I usually tell you, don't stay at home. Because the friend I got from my host mother, but the neighbor, I got her myself. And I asked my host mother if it was good for me to clean to this place. Because I know, of course, it's not all neighbors that you understand each other. Maybe she wouldn't like me to go there. So I had to ask if it was okay that I go to this place. And she said I can go. And so I had 2 part jobs. And you know what? Hey, getting 260 from my host mother. And again, you have somewhere where you are getting more than what you are getting from the host mother. Because I could clean every hour 10 euros. And every hour 2 euros. Most of the time I could get, maybe they want to do something. Even they could call me to go for the way we go to watch videos. What are they called? You go in a... Now I'm in German. I'm thinking German. But I know most of my people are learning German. So I went somewhere where you go to watch a film. And they could pay for me. They could pay for this film to go inside. And they could also pay me the hours that we were with them. Imagine. I go, I clean for 2 hours. We go for film, like for 3 hours. And they could pay like 60 euro. I go with 60 euro. Way. And then I could go at home and I could take... You know, that time my host mother bought me a small Motorola. You know, this small Motorola. And when I call, you pick there. Okay, I knew there it was there. But I'm just saying. But I had this Motorola. And I could go, you know where the calculator is. I could go with the calculator. Okay, 60 euro times maybe the exchange rate was 116, 109 at that time. And I could say, wow, I got like 8,000 Kenyan money in only 4 hours. I could say, oh my God. And I'm telling you the truth, at my au pair time, I can't say somewhere I had money. I could say to my mother what I had, but mostly my head was telling me, keep money, Beth, because when you go home, they will laugh at you. Right now, people, I don't care who will laugh, who will like what I do. I say, if you are here, nobody can know the challenges that we have here, but we do have challenges. And if a person is here not less than 3 years, then leave this person. You have to come to settle. You have to settle. And another thing, no one says that when you come here, we pick money from the trees. No, it sounds so when somebody calls you from home, but nothing. I'm telling you, before you get this connection, it's hard. Before you come, you know, there are people who are personally not people who are exposed. They don't want so much exposure. They just want to be alone. They have a hard time. And so it is not to say that when Beth is here, I can come and build the whole street. For who? For who? Everything that I do, it's mine. Why am I forced to do a whole street? Or to buy land here and there? I buy because I see a sense of it. Yeah? I buy because I have children. I have that possibility to do it, but not that I am forced by situation. Ask me how many people who are over 20 years in Germany They have nothing back at home, and they have nothing here, and they cannot go to their origin just because there are people there back at home who will say, he came here, he went in near 20 years, he came with nothing. Oh my God, people who are in this situation, think about your life. It's your life. When you go with money, it will be your money. When you go without your money, it will be you. So take a second thought. Don't waste your whole time thinking what people will say about me. It's not worthy. What is worthy? It's you to look ahead. The same case with I know it's everywhere. When you come from US, from Saudi Arabia, even they don't care. They don't know that you don't sleep. Yeah? So, I had money. And another thing, hey. Now I want to get married. I want to get married. You know, I'm kind of that girl who was not exposed to men. Even my neighbor, I have a neighbor here in Germany. You know, I'm sweating. I have a neighbor here in Germany, and she was telling me, you girls, you know, you are so exposed. You knew about you. I could see you with men, and this girl, I usually, when I call her, I keep telling her a bad word, because you know how you see somebody and think of somebody, it's not the reality. Because at that time, yes, we had, you know, my mother is a mother who had no boys. My mother had 4 girls, you know. And so, my mother, when a boy come at home, not even from my cousins also, they could refuse to go out of my home. Because one, my mother loved boys. She could say every time, it's like she's ignoring that you are there. Come here. You know they call in Kikuyu. So my mother would go, come here, my dad. Come here, my dad. And every time the boys from my school, I know they are watching. They are a big fan of my YouTube channel. And every time the boys could come, not one, not two, not three. I'm telling you, even my uncles came to get used of this. They could ask, how many men will you bring in this house? But nobody was my man. Nobody was my man. They were just schoolmates who loved us very. They loved us. Until now, I love you back. I know they loved us because we could hang. And another thing, we could play football. And this thing got us connected. It connected us in a way that, okay, we have the same hobbies. So, and my neighbor here told me, you know what, you could hide. I was telling her no. And so when I came in Germany, let me go there. Hey. Now I want to expose myself to men. Hey. My host family, my host mother would like to connect me with his brother. He was called Tio. And so he could come so oft. And this person was he was a man. I think he was maybe early 40s. I think he was 40s. And he had a baby girl. And this baby girl could come and we could stay with her and the other cousin. And he was not married. He was divorced. And I could see how much he was interested with me. He could come and want to walk with me, go with me to eat. But he could fear me. He could talk. He could not talk any nonsense with me. He could feel, there is something here missing. And my host family, my host father, I could talk with him every nonsense. And so he could go what we talked, and he could put fire. It's like he was putting fire. You know what Beth like, you know he's like this kind of a man, and this man could try to be that kind of a man I want. But myself, I could look. I don't want. I could say, I don't want to be a wife to somebody. I want to go and do something. And I could take an example of me being a wife here. I could also think of my family, my mother. When we came out of, there are other parents who tell you, when you go there, yeah, go and get a husband, go and do something. My mother told us, when you go there, behave yourself. Hey, these KINANGOP women. Hey, behave yourself. You know what? I usually hear, when you don't behave yourself, they will shoot you. Nina America. There you don't play with the others, men. You don't show the teeth. Behave. Let what brought you there be what you go to get. And so you could listen and you think, my mother, what did she tell me? And you, my mother, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Because right now I'm that kind of a girl. She says, this girl is Boramato. This girl don't hear, don't listen. I shall tell my mother, leave me. You did so much at my time. I could not wear a necklace. I could not wear earrings. Eh? She was kind of, that clothes is so short. Yeah, even my uncles, they could tell us, no trousers. And I usually tell them, I'm far, I can wear what I want. I can talk what I want. But when I go there, I just, So I had to say, this boy is very much interested. I had a feeling for him. Let me not cheat. But I could fear. And another thing, so when the host father saw it's kind of Beth don't want this man, you know what he did? He searched for another colleague. One thing that my host family wanted, they didn't want that I go back at home. So they could even Google what people do when they come here. And so this one was part of it. So he brought another guy. A guy who, and they say this guy could come also often. And this boy was good because he had no kid, he had nothing, he was of the same age, and he was good. He was good. But why was I so? I don't know. Sometimes I usually think of myself. Well, sometimes I usually think of myself. Why did I not do? Yeah? There are people who could come with big cars. They have work. Everything that a woman could like. He was good. He could take me with where he was going. Yeah? My host father, imagine he went to an extent. Every evening, when the host mother is working, but she knew it. When the host mother is working, she could leave us food for us that the host father could cook. You know, I was not cooking. I hated cooking. And we had said, you are part of this and me, I'm part of this. But I could cook when we don't have otherwise. I could cook when the host father was there because he could cook. You know, like men cook. I didn't like it. So sometimes I could cook. And so the host mother would put everything prepared for us. We cooked every day fresh. This is not normal for German. And she knew that I told her we usually eat these times. She could cook more food so that I can eat how I want. So, and my host father, like 3 times in a week, the host mother, he could call me and tell me, you prepare yourself with the kid, we are going. And we could go out. You know who we could meet? Hey, we could meet this guy. I don't want to name his name. I can name my host family names, all those people, but I won't name anybody from another family. So he could come with me and try. We could go somewhere. And these people, they are very clever. They could search somewhere where that there must be a partner. Like this thing for rolling around. You could sit, so the father could sit with his kid, and me, I could sit with the other one. And we could go talking, and he could tell me about himself, and I would say, hey, you don't know, it is going here and there outside. Why? I don't know. I had that feeling that I have to go back home. Yeah, this is not. And another thing that made me feel this is not my place is this loneliness. That you are there with, like them, I could see the family could come in a weekend, and sometimes it was very hard to see somebody. And this life, I didn't like it. I didn't like to come and sit and just it's like I kind of me with my husband and my family. Although even right now it's almost the same thing, but at that time I couldn't imagine me having only my friend. And you know, there are people who don't like kids, and this guy could tell me, you know, when I marry, I want first to enjoy, and I don't want kids. He want kid, but in future. And I could say, okay, in future. You know, when a German person says in future, that means in future, maybe not. So, and I was like, that's kind of a girl. KINANGOP mentality. I have to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kids. My mother, I remember my mother was the person who had the lowest kid in their family. For those, her sister who are back then, and we were 4. And I could see my aunts, they had 6, they had 8, they had 10. My grandmother had 11. And I could say, hey, here, me, no. And at that time at our home, we hated how we lived. I could see when I go to visit my cousins, they were so happy. They could cook with this big pot. But we, first of all, we were not people who eat. And so my mother used to force us to eat. And when my cousin, they'd have to be at our home because they could see things that they don't see, like being forced to eat. They could eat and they loved it. So, and I wonder, hey, me, in future kids. So that was kind of, I had a second thought. And another thing, when I started communicating with people, I heard that you can go for social year. I saw, okay, alternative. I don't want to get married right now. Then I got for alternative. And there came a time that I could just, when he comes and he want to come to me, I could search myself jobs. You know, when you don't want, there I had decided. And he even he was coming oft, even before I was there. But after that, he was kind of, he don't want to come at home very often. And they could meet outside, like such things. And then I came, my dear, I started social year. Social year, no, before I went to social year, I met another. Now I just want to show you the age difference. I told you we had a dog, so I could move with the dog outside in the forest. And so I got this man, an old man. It's not old, let me call. He was old man because he was over. I think he told me I'm 47. He told me he was over 47. And this man, we could meet every day. I had to go outside with the dog every day. Every day we had to go out. And so it was the same time. He knew he could see me. I knew I could see him. And then he started, and this German man, he was a kind of exposed. He was in Kenya, he was in Denmark, he was in South Africa, he was in Tanzania. So he was a kind of a person who knows the world. And so he knew my interest, and he could also want to show me things that I didn't know. He could show me there is this. We could go to cafe. Imagine, I could go with this old man to cafe, the old man, and I felt better to the old man than to the young man, because he was kind of, he's not forcing this. He was kind of, we just want to share, to exchange culture. He didn't want anything from me. Maybe, but he didn't say it direct. And he could tell me, I hope that was somewhere I said, well, no, he could tell me, I have a big house. He could show me, you look at, he had a big house, and he could tell me, you know, this is my villa, that's what they call them, and I built it. I also have another one. And he was kind of, but I wanted him just to be there. He helped me in knowing many German culture, knowing things that I should not do. And we could meet in a cafe. And that's where I learned where to go for a coffee, how to behave, how to use the fork and knife in public. So we could go for food. We could also go with the baby boy, and the host mother he came to run my host mother, because I'm not like that kind of a girl who want to move secret. I want to be open. I know this is my parent. If it was my parent, I could let them know where I am. And that's what I did in my host family. So my host mother, when we go early and she was coming from job, she could come and pick the baby boy from me, or we could come and sit and settle together. Sometimes we could go for gassy with the dog together. We could go for a walk. And that's where I came to know, oh, there is difference between